Parents, today in Pearson 5.4, we worked on partial quotients. I just wanted to give you a little bit of help if you're trying to work on this at home. The first thing I asked the students is, how many times does 19 go into 2? Students should answer 0 times. Then the next question is, how many times does 19 go into 24? They should say 1 time. We discussed that this 1 is not really a 1, but it's actually a 10, so they should draw their 0. The next step is to multiply 1 times 19, or in reality, 10 times 19. This equals 190. Students should then subtract the difference. And now they have 57. Students then are trying to figure out how many times 19 goes into 57. Since most students don't know their 19s times facts, because that would not be what they've learned, they can decide on what their guess is by doing an estimated guess. I have suggested to the students that they add up on the side so they can be a little more accurate. So they're going to think over here, what's 19 plus 19? When they realize 38 is still too small of a number, they should add in 19 again. Now they need to count the number of 19s that they have. 1, 2, 3. This now lets them know that 19 goes into 57 3 times. This should be placed in the ones position. They know that 3 times 19 is now 57. We know when we've hit 0, we're done with our math. Their answer is 2 partial quotients. 10 is a partial quotient and 3 is a partial quotient. Students now know that they should add these numbers up to get their final answer of 13. 13 is their final answer. Partial quotients example 2. Again, students need to start with what's 14 divided by 6. Since they cannot divide, your number should be 0. What is 14 divided by 63? Again, students are not going to know this, so I've suggested they make their estimated guess by moving to the side. I'm going to do 14 plus 14, and I get 28. 28 is less than 63, so I'm going to add another 14. And now I've made it up to 42. Remember, my goal is still 63, so I'm going to add another 14. And I've now got to 56. I'm going to try one more 14. And students will do this. They'll try and they'll go, oh, that was too high. I now need to go back to where my number was 56 and know that I had 1, 2, 3, 4 14s. Therefore, when I go back to my problem, 14 times 4, but our 4 is not really a 4. This 4 is in the tens place, so therefore it's a 40. 14 times 40 is going to be 560. Remember, we're trying to work with friendly numbers, so we're telling the students to multiply 14 by 4 and get 56. But since it's in the tens place value, this is really a 40 they're multiplying. Therefore, the number is 560. Once I subtract, I now have 70. My next number is going to be in the ones place. How many times does 14 go into 70? I'm hoping that they learn the strategy that they need to go back to their thinking. Since we were already at 56 and we tried one more and got to 70, I'm now going to go back and count my 14s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I now know that 14 times 5 equals 70. I've reached 0 again, so I've solved my equation. I take my partial quotient 40 plus my partial quotient 5, and I put these together, and my answer is 45. I hope these are helpful.